Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great week. I have your update for this week. Couple of quick things. I am so proud of the resort for another great holiday week, and especially doing so with less staff than what we would have ideally gone through. I'm just really happy with the way that things have turned out, and I think we had an awesome week. So here's a couple of quick announcements. One, I wanted to just revisit and remind everyone of something really important about pets that are potentially contagious. These would be pets who come in with diarrhea, coughing, wheezing, snotty nose, those types of things. Just like with people, these pets are potentially contagious. Most of the time they are. So I think that it starts really with the customer care team, but it ends with everybody. So if you get a phone call and you're scheduling an appointment for a pet with any of these like symptoms that are along the lines of a contagious disease, the best thing to do would be to encourage the owner that we are concerned that this may be contagious, and what we want them to do is call us right when they arrive before they get out of the car so that we can arrange to have them go directly into an exam room. That way we can best contain whatever that pet has going on. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal and you can tell them hopefully that's not what this is, but just in case we want to be safe. I think that conveys to the owner that we're really diligent, that we know what we're talking about, and that we would give them the same courtesy if they were bringing an otherwise healthy pet here, that we would try and contain other potentially sick pets. So again, if you take that phone call, that's what you want to encourage an owner about. If a pet comes in and didn't warn us that they were having these symptoms, or if they ignored our recommendation and came on in the hospital, we want to make all efforts possible to get them directly into an exam room as quickly as possible, even if it's just for a waiting place until you have to move them into another space. That would be our best recommendation. And then, of course, once they're diagnosed or once we start working up a treatment plan, we'll know how to direct them from there. But again, those pets would be pets who are having diarrhea, pets who are coughing, wheezing, sneezing, mucousy draining. Those are the pets that we want to try and contain. So just be really diligent about that. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was our Zoetis products. Those are going to be like Revolution, Simparica, along those lines, Zoetis products. Those now have rebates. ProHeart, sorry, I forgot that one. Those now have rebates that are consolidated all on a rewards card that clients have to actually enroll to get. So like Melinda sent out the update earlier this week that they've discontinued their 2-dose free with a 6-pack of Revolution. They are consolidating all their rebates into one program that a client will enroll online for. They'll choose our practice name, and then they'll actually get it in a little spending card that they can use, kind of like a little debit card type deal. So we want to make it really easy for them to enroll. So I'll do a separate video once I get the remainder of the details for you. I just wanted to let you know it's coming and let you know why some of these things may be changing, or why if we run out of a rebate form, we won't have a replacement. We'll have a separate video on how we're going to do that. We are going to try our best, as long as it's not too cumbersome, to actually enroll clients in the program directly, because they would choose our company name as Silver Lining Holdings instead of Lafayette Veterinary Care Center, since that's what our account is, and we want to avoid confusion. So in the meantime, we'll use the rest of the rebates that we have. If we've already told you, like with the Revolution, that that's discontinued, then it's over now, and then we'll let you know as soon as the other comes out. I'll publish the video in Slack so that everybody can know exactly how to do that. The next thing on my list was about our appointment confirmation reminders. So I consider reminders separate from appointment confirmation. A reminder is like if we want to remind that a service is due, vaccines, heartworm prevention, that type of thing. We handle those service reminders by emails and postcards of how they go out. But we handle appointment reminders a little bit differently, and we're changing it. So what we were doing up until this point was we were sending clients text message confirmations, email confirmations, letting them view their appointments specifically through the app maybe, and then we would also do a phone call for anyone who hadn't responded to any of the other modes. But we have noticed that we've had some no-shows recently, or that our schedule hasn't been managed as efficiently. So we want to go back to doing one simple solution. What we're going to do is all clients who have appointments 7 days or prior to their appointment time will get a text message. And then 1 day prior, whether they've confirmed by text message or not, they will get a phone call reminder. So this is going to be a little bit of a change over the next couple of days for our customer care team again, but we think that this might be the best solution to avoid people potentially confirming and then forgetting about their appointments. So again, 7 days prior to their appointment, they will get a text message. And then 1 day prior to their appointment, so the day before their appointment, they'll get a phone call. And at that phone call time, that'll be when we'll ask our customer care team to use their Ally DVM software to go through and look for other pets in the household who may be due, or to look for any potential services that may be conflicting with what the original pet's appointment was for, or if there's anything else that they need. It's kind of our chance to pull everything all together, make those final recommendations by phone, and get the best organized. I know in the transition we've had some things slip through the cracks, but that kind of thing happens on the way to perfection. So that's what we're trying for again. We'll let you know if there's any changes and for sure when that's going to start, but we're thinking in the next few days we'll be able to transition to what I just described. I have some exciting announcements for our assistant managers team. We have a few people that we've kind of called up to best organize our group. We're all preparing for the transition for Melinda to move to Rayo Animal Hospital. So in doing so, we've reorganized our accountability chart, and probably by tomorrow I'll be ready to put that out and have it reflect new team members on our team, which position and which roles everybody's going to take on to make sure that we have all of our bases covered. In the meantime, we have called a few new managers up, and so I wanted to give them a specific shout out. Dana Colgan will be joining our assistant manager team for our nurses, along with Danielle and Rachel Young. Rachel Aloya will be joining our assistant managers team, managing the grooming department. And that includes the bathers, and she'll be doing that alongside Drew Ploche, who's going to handle boarding and doggy daycare. And then we've also called up Jamie Shafani to manage alongside Charlie for the customer care team. For the customer care team, kind of divided those up by hospital and then resort and call center. So those people will all work together within those departments. So you could consider Drew and Rachel Aloya to be a kind of unit, Charlie and Jamie to be a kind of unit, and then Rachel Young, Danielle Petrie, and Dana Colgan to be a unit for the nurses group. And I'm really excited to see how that comes together. As far as operations goes, so we call operations, but sometimes we really refer to it or rely on it the most when something goes wrong, like a particular IT issue regarding Avamark. I know that doesn't happen too often, but that's a joke. When that does happen, we've been relying on Melinda to mostly head up that issue. And so we're going to transition to having Beryl take care of some of those things as she's available most of the time. And then overseeing facility issues, that type of thing. Melinda will be transitioning that responsibility to Beryl. So we'll see how this comes together, but we're really optimistic that we've got all of our bases covered this way. And then again, for you to know, it'll be available on an accountability chart that we'll publish out in Slack and on the data drives. We'll put it on the fridge for those people who like to look at it in paper. It'll kind of be all over the place because that'll be what you refer to. And probably in future videos, we will tell you exactly how to use that so you make sure that you end up with the right person without ending up on a goose chase. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to go over was about posting pictures to social media. This is quick and easy. I think we're doing a great job with it, actually, so I wanted to give a shout out. We've been taking great quality pictures. We've been putting them out on time. But one thing that's concerning me is the volume. When we're getting 96 new clients a week, that's a lot of new pets. And so we are posting pictures of new pets every couple of hours, and it's kind of cluttering up our social media feed. And we're also exclusively concentrating on Facebook instead of also on Instagram. So why that's important for you to know is I think we need to slow down a little bit. What may be best served would be to try and hold those things and post in groups. So if you get 4 new pets in a day, try and just hold those and post them all at once, or text them to me. And then also when you post them, post new pets in the welcome album. So if you have a client who's really, really excited, or you have a unique situation, you are welcome to go ahead and use the phone and use the Pages app to post those immediately. But if you're not sure, or if you're not sure of the frequency and don't have time to go back and look, you might be better served just to go ahead and text me the picture and the pet information or something unique about that pet, so we can put it up kind of in a group. I try and spread those things out. That way our social media feed will actually display things. Sometimes Facebook has some funky regulations on how they do things for businesses, so we have to be a little strategic. That's mostly the reason for wanting to do that. And then also, I like to balance amongst our different social media pages instead of only concentrating on one area. Because like us, people use different modes. So we want to be aware of that. I also would love to see some more posts from the resort. Or some pictures from the resort. We have a lot of fun things happening there, and I think clients are really interested in being part of that. So, resort team, you got a challenge. All right, y'all, that's my update for the week. Be sure to look at the rest of the information in your training section on different SOPs that we have coming out, or updates on specific products or codes you'll find there. So make sure that you do that. Thanks, and have a great one.